Hello, my dear students. Hope so all you are well, and I am here once again with a new grammar segment. And hope so you are enjoying your grammar classes very well, and I am getting very good positive feedback. And beside this, if you are liking, if you have liked my videos, if you are enjoying the grammar sections that I am trying to teach you, I don't know how much I am trying. So if you have liked the video, just press the like button, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the future updates too. And today the class that is with me for you, it's a very important class. It doesn't mean that the previous classes were not important. This class that we are going to start, it's a part of joining, when two sentences we join. I have seen, it's my experience that the students are facing a lot of problem to join the sentences. Okay, and some students they can, but my fight is for that students who thinks them that I am very weak and poor in grammar. Don't think that I am with you. So today the class that I have brought to you, it's a starting class of joining. If you take the class very carefully, then there will no a single problem to you for joining the sentences. So today's class is based on that, is it? Today we will not learn about how to join, but today we will learn to join two sentences. What do we need? Okay, so let's get ready everyone. Now we are going to start our class, and open your copies to get the rules in your. So let's start. Today the class that is here, it's about clause. To join the sentences we need clauses. So we learned in that conjunction is a word that connects to sentences, to words, to phrases like that. Yes, you are right, but all time conjunction doesn't work, isn't it? So today's class I am going to start, and here is the main headline of the class, that is clause. Okay, what is clause? How many types of clause there are? How to use clause in sentences? So these types of questions are already in mind. So now I am going to bring a solution for you about these questions that are already in your mind. So first, what is clause? Let me explain what is clause. Clause is, inside the clause is some points are there, some clues are there. If you can keep the clues, if you can keep the way how to understand, then everything will be clear to you. Clause is, first, it's a group of words. Is clause is a group of word. That means you mean to say that a clause is a group of word. That means clause is a type of sentence. Somehow you are right. So clause is a group of word. It's the first characteristics of the clause. Number two, subject verb combination. In this group of word, there will be a subject, there will be a verb, and their subject verb combination will be. Okay. For example, a cup of tea. A cup of tea. You can see here the four words are there, isn't it? But this you can't say clause, isn't it? So because a group of words, it never can be a clause. It should have a meaning, and for having the meaning you need a subject and verb, and not only subject and verb, combination should be there, relation should be there. Then after, it has complete meaning by itself. Yes, it should have complete meaning itself. So three characteristics you have got. Number one, it's a group of words. Number two, subject verb combination should be there, and number three, it has complete meaning by itself. Now I am going to give you one example. Rahul plays cricket. You can see how many words are there. Rahul plays cricket. Three words are there in this sentence. Rahul is the subject, plays is the verb, and cricket is object. And there is a combination, there is a relation between these three words, and it has a complete meaning. You can see it is a complete meaning, isn't it? So for that particular reason, the reasons are what? Three reasons are there. Number one, group of words. Number two, subject verb combination. And number three, it should have a complete meaning. For having these three characteristics, you can say it's a clause. Okay. Now number two, Classification of clause. So first of all, we came to know what is clause, why a sentence would be called as a clause. Now we are going to know the classification of clause. Classification of clause. So let's know the first type of clause, that is the independent clause. This clause is independent. It's 100% free. Okay, it has freedom. It has liberty. It doesn't depend others. So it's called independent. Then obviously the second one is what you can guess. So second one, obviously, that is dependent. Obviously opposite of independent, dependent. Dependent means what? This clause depends on something. It has meaning, but it has no complete meaning. Obviously, because we are discussing about clause, so independent and dependent, these two clauses they have meaning, but independent clause it has meaning completely, it doesn't depend on others, but dependent clause obviously it depends on others. So now I am going to say something about your independent clause. A complete sentence by itself, obviously. Next, doesn't need any other clause for its meaning. I have told you before. And now, dependent clause, a complete sentence by itself, but no meaning. But no meaning, the word no, K-N-O-W, no, it will be no, N-O, okay. And need independent clause for its meaning. So you can see dependent clause is depending on independent clause. Is that clear? So it's the difference between the independent clause and dependent clause. Now I am going to give you two examples. Number one, you have understood. So you have understood the independent clause, you have understood, you have no any query in your mind. And dependent clause example, I am giving you what I discussed. Okay, you have understood what I discussed. If you read the two sentences together, then you can understand that you have understood what I discussed. In this sentence, the first part is the independent clause and the second part is the dependent clause. Because if I say the what I discussed, this sentence it has meaning but not this, no complete meaning. What I discussed, what I have discussed, so that we have already told. Okay, so you have understood what I discussed. So this was the classification about the independent clause and dependent clause, and I have here showed you to their characteristics with some examples. Okay, then after we are going to know about the independent clause and dependent clause, their classification. So first of all, let me tell you about the independent clause, because we have already come to know that independent clause, this clause doesn't depend on anyone. Okay, so this is independent clause, as it is not depending on others, so it has no classification. Now we are going to classify the dependent clause. As we know, dependent clause it depends on independent clause, and it depends on independent clause in three ways. So depending on that, we are classifying in three ways. So first one, that is noun. So what as noun? Obviously, so we came to know that dependent clause it has first name, that is a dependent noun clause. So first name, dependent clause, the classification you got, noun clause. Okay, obviously noun is what? It has a name. When dependent clause works as noun, it calls noun clause. Okay, adjective, when dependent clause works as adjective, obviously, so works as an adjective and describes noun. And adverb clause, so parts of speech knowledge here we need, works as an adverb. So sir, what you are saying I can't understand. If you give some examples, then it will be very easy. Why not? I am for you, with you. So let's have some examples. Now I am going to give you one examples one by one about the noun clause, about the adjective clause, about the adverb clause. After getting the examples, then your problem will be solved. Now let's go for the example page. So first of all, now noun clause example I am going to give you. So I know that you are a good student. I know that you are a good student. You can see the white portion I know is underlined. You know, I know it has complete meaning. It has complete meaning. It doesn't depend on others. Then obviously I know is independent clause. And the rest part, that you are a good student, it also needs support to what I know. What I know, that you are a good student. So you can see arrow is going to that to I know. Okay. So here I would like to correct myself a little bit, that sentence, the I know, the first one is not independent clause, this is dependent clause, because I know it has no complete meaning. But before I say that I know it has complete meaning, sorry for that. So I know it has what? It has no complete meaning. If you say I know, then the questions I may ask you, what do you know? Isn't it? I know. What do you know? So that means you have no complete meaning. As you have no complete meaning, so I know, the first one, the white one, the underlined one, this is dependent clause. And the second one, you are a good student. You are a good student. It has complete meaning. It doesn't need anyone other's help. For that reason, the second part is what? Yes, the second part, this is independent meaning. It has complete meaning. It doesn't need others' help. First one you have understood. The first one you have understood. So this was the example of noun clause. Now number 2, adjective clause example. Follow. Please return the book which you took last Sunday. Please return the book. Please return the book. Which book? So now I am going to describe the book. Which book? The book that you took last Sunday. So the second part we are using, isn't it? Please return the book which you took last Sunday. So you are describing the book. So here you can see, so from which on the second portion the arrow is going. This is an example of adjective clause where you are describing the book, isn't it? Now let's come the example for adverb clause. An adverb clause example. I will help you so that you can understand all the rules. I will help you. Why? I will help you. Why? Answer, so that you can understand all the rules. So here from the white portion, and the black portion, it has a relationship, and the answer of why is here, isn't it? I will help you. Why? So that you can understand all the rules. So these three examples I have showed you in the noun example, in the noun clause example, how the noun is working. In the second example, adjective clause, how the adjective is working, and third one, adverb clause, how in the sentence the clause is working as an adverb. So first of all, we came to know what is clause, how many types of clause these are. Okay, we came to know clause, what is clause. Then after we came to know the clause are two types, independent clause and a dependent clause. Then after we came to know that a dependent clause are three types, noun clause, adjective clause and adverb clause. What is noun clause, what is adjective clause, what is adverb clause. So till today up to this, and upcoming classes we will come to know about the uses of clauses. I will take the classes in a three-way: noun clause first class, adjective clause second class, adverb clause third class. So we will learn how to use clause in sentences to join them, to join sentences. That means our upcoming classes are based on joining, isn't it? How to join by using noun clause, how to join by using adjective clause, how to join by adverb clause. Hope so you will enjoy the class, and today also you have enjoyed the class. So note down all the rules in your copy and wait till I am going to bring for you next class, and the time is there to say tata, bye bye.